Welcome to another episode of Same Page. I'm S.M.A.R.T.
And I'm Lenard, S.M.A.R.T.
We wanted to jump on today to briefly talk about setting goals for the next year. A lot of times when there's a new year coming up, a lot of people have ideas of what they want to do for the upcoming year. So for 2021, for example. And on New Year's Day, a lot of people have New Year's resolution, which is not a bad thing. It's always good to have a certain goal in mind. However, sometimes we set a goal without really thinking about what it entails. For example, if you want to start going to the gym 3 times a week, have you considered how far is the gym from your house? Have you considered how much it costs? Have you considered what time of the day you're going to go? Are you going to go, in the morning? Are you going to go after work? And does your day allow for the time at the gym? So oftentimes the reason why people fail is because they haven't really mapped out what that looks like in terms of achieving that goal. And then you quit after, a few weeks because you see that it's not feasible.
Exactly. And so going with that example, one thing that we've recently learned is that instead of waiting till January 1st to start all this planning, how about we start it right now? So to try and build some momentum, basically iron out all the kinks beforehand. So when January 1st actually arrives, you've already done all your due diligence, and you're able to start the new year on that right foot.
Yeah. So I think the month of November and December actually allow you to kind of test drive
Exactly.
this goal. So let's say you tell yourself, I'm going to go 3 days a week, then start going 3 days a week and see what that looks like.
Yeah.
Are you finding yourself, is that feasible? Are you going to have to dial down to 2 days a week? Is your goal going to be 2 days a week rather than 3 days a week? So it's a good way to kind of do a practice round. Another example that I want to give is a lot of people want to eat healthier, right? That's a big goal for a lot of people. They want to lose weight or they want to eat healthier. And they say, as of January 1st, I'm going to eat healthier. First of all, what does that even mean?
Look like, yeah. What does that look like?
Yeah. What does that mean? Does it mean you're going to add one fruit to your diet? Does it mean you're going to add one vegetable daily to your diet? Does it mean you're going to cut chips, sweets? You have to be very specific as to what that looks like for you and make it very realistic because it's I hear people often say, I'm going to cut all the junk food. What is considered junk food to you, right? And are you going to allow yourself cheat days, right? And if you are going to allow yourself cheat days, what days are those going to be? Are they going to be weekends? Are they just going to be the days that you hang out with your friends? And I think those are very important to align yourself for success.
Exactly. So basically what Sarah's alluding to is having SMART goals. And I'm sure a lot of people have heard that acronym for SMART goals. They need to be specific. They need to be measurable. They need to be attainable. They need to be realistic. And lastly, they need to be timely. So you really need to dial in to those details for those goals. And I believe the main thing that you're trying to do, especially like if you start something now using the month of November and December, just to try and build that momentum and take it one day at a time. I know it sounds cliche, but by taking one day at a time, you build up that momentum. So when you get to January 1st with your SMART goals, you're ready to really attack that new year.
Yeah. And the last thing that I wanted to leave you guys with is once you set a goal, make it public. Tell someone who's going to keep you accountable. Because it's very easy to say, I'm going to do X, Y, Z and not do it because you're the only person that will know that you failed. But when you tell someone, it depends on the goal, but sometimes you're a little embarrassed that you're not following through and that you set this lofty goal and on day 2 or day 3 you're going back on your words. So I'm not saying you have to put it on IG or Facebook or anything, but it is very helpful if you tell a certain group of people who you talk to frequently so that when they talk to you, they could be like, hey, how's that goal going? Are you, have you cut your junk food? Are you going to the gym? Are you
Hmm.
writing the amount of words that you want to write on a daily basis? So make sure you tell someone so that they can keep you accountable, because if you don't tell anyone, it's super easy to cheat and not actually achieve the goal.
Hmm. Well, hopefully these tips will help you achieve whatever goal you want to achieve. Because at the end, it's all about improving yourself. It's all about growth, and it's all about being the best version of yourself.
Yeah. So 2021 is around the corner. Set your goals, try them now, and go for it. So we'll see you guys next time.